Hello, everyone. Welcome to Doing Life Together, episode 19. It is Sonia Eckel, your host. Good to see you all. All right. So let's jump in tonight on a couple fun things. So the topic for tonight is I am so curious. What are your thoughts on direct selling? So I know direct selling is a pretty big umbrella and a lot of things actually fall underneath it. Network marketing would fall under the direct selling umbrella. Some of you would say multi-level. I think the party industry would fall under direct sales. Hello, my friend. Good to see you. So, okay. So, what are your thoughts on direct sales? And the reason I ask is because I honestly think a huge percentage of my audience have some sort of direct selling business. And I'm curious, do you have a direct sales business? I would love to know. A side gig. And also, there's some tweaks on entrepreneurship that might be kind of tied in to direct selling as well. So would love to hear your thoughts. And interesting, as I look back over my life, I think that I've met people with a lot of direct selling baggage. Yeah, I've met people who love the industry. And I think I was a little of both, actually. So coming in, I had baggage. I had preconceived notions about it. And I kind of, I think I thought, oh, that's kind of pushy, or I don't want something where you have to go sell all your friends and family on it, right? So I had a little bit of baggage. Does anyone come in with baggage on this industry? But then what I have to say is that I found some of the most amazing products that were marketed through the direct selling avenue. And I was like, these products are incredible. And then I realized as I learned more about it, that a lot of products that need education are often a direct sales model because, it's kind of like someone to share why versus just throwing them on a shelf at your supermarket, right? So anyway, very curious to hear if you have a business, if you are maybe thinking about doing one, but you have no idea where to start with that, because goodness knows there are so many companies out there to choose from, which is good. It's good. And I just love the industry. And so I didn't always know the industry, understand the industry, but now that I have been in direct selling for almost 15 years, I'm blown away by it. So Miss Maple wants to come on my lap. She lately has just taken to simply crawling up on my lap. She's supposed to be a mini Aussie doodle, but there's not a lot mini about her. So watch this, y'all. Let's see. Oh, baby girl, you gonna get up? Anyway, she can manage to finagle herself up on my lap if she tries. Funny girl. Funny girl. Okay, you go lie on your place. Okay? Not right now. All right. Sorry, y'all. She loves working with me over at the ranch. Okay, so I know that many of my colleagues at Norwex, because I'm an independent Norwex consultant, so I know many of my colleagues watch this Doing Life Together, and it just occurred to me, I thought, you know what? When I started, I was so clueless about this industry. And I was so thankful for a trainer in the industry who basically taught me the nuts and bolts. And when I had the nuts and bolts, then because I love our product, I was able to be wildly successful here and to grow really quickly. And so, things have changed a bit over the past 15 years. And definitely, I'm sure those of you in direct selling have found that you've pivoted. You're doing a lot more online than if you've been in it, over a decade. You're probably more toward an online business than you were then, right? So here's my question for you all. As I was thinking about the live tonight and praying about it and saying, okay, Lord, where do you want me to go tonight? Because I just want to talk about what you guys need, whatever that is, right? And it felt like I'm supposed to just ask you, do you have any questions about direct selling? Coming from a place where I was able to build to that six-figure income pretty quickly and have trained a lot of other people to make really, income that can really change their life, right? And by the way, no income claims here, just simply to say that for me, the first 500 per month changed my life because that directly allowed me to start buying more organic food and more supplements, which, as you know, if you've been following me, those things are super important to me. And they were 15 years ago as well. So that first 500 was game changing for me. Absolutely. And then I remember when I hit 2000, like that was a really like, whoa, I can go out and make 2000 working from home. Like that blew my mind. Because I think one of my baggages about network marketing was I had this belief that people didn't make any significant, quote, real money there, which was a very, very faulty belief. In fact, among women, I think there's a huge percentage of women millionaires that built it within the direct selling industry. So, obviously there's very real money to be made here, but I had a weird idea about that. And maybe you have too. So because of that, when I hit that 2K a month, I was like, and because of my portion of direct selling, the company I'm with is an event-based company. So like when we go out, we share to groups of maybe 6 to 10 people at a time and present to them. And so I was able to earn that income pretty quickly in this particular comp plan. But every company's comp plan is different, and I'm no comp plan expert. But anyway, so my point being is when I say game-changing income, that's whatever game-changing is for you, okay? And so anyway, I learned that this was one of the best industries that could change someone's financial picture because many Americans work full-time, often in a more employee setting. Not all of you. I mean, a lot of you are entrepreneurs, you're business owners. So, but a lot of Americans are employees. And we're really grateful for jobs. They pay bills and jobs are a good thing. But the interesting thing about being an employee is you're capped out on what you can usually earn. Now you can get raises. But I remember sitting at the dinner table with 4 little boys. This was early in my Norwex career. And Willie had just had his review and he'd gotten, a raise and, whatever. So we were talking about it at the dinner table and the boys were like, what's a raise mean? And Willie just said, it's really interesting. Like I work and I go in for a review. And then in this case, they said that not everyone, I think, had even gotten raises that year. And he went in, got this raise and was commended. But he's like, it's only X percent. And I'm not really in control of that piece. But he said, Mom, when she built her business, she gets to be the one deciding what that raise will be. And that was just, it was really good for me to hear him say it, but he was witnessing me building in this direct selling arena. And he was seeing that there was no ceiling. And I think that's really amazing, actually. I also love the flexible part of direct selling. That's always been a huge thing for me because, as you know, I quit full-time physical therapy because I wanted the flexibility to raise my children. Like the idea to me, and this is probably just coming from my own experience of being raised by an at-home mom. And so really that's what I knew. And that was what I desired to give to my own children. So because of that, the flexibility and being in control of my schedule within direct selling was an absolute huge piece for me. Now that everyone's got their own whys, what draws them to the industry, but those were a couple for me. Was I knew people who, well, once I joined, I learned, okay, people are earning a nice income here. And it means that I would be well rewarded to jump in and put my time and effort here, but I can do it on my terms. I can work from home primarily and do this. So, yes. Okay. So I see your questions, which I think are awesome. Keep them coming. But so what God put on my heart is to just set up a little Google form. It's nothing fancy. I just whipped it up before the call. And if you have a question on direct selling, I don't think it's going to be the doing life together, because I think this is a lot broader than just direct sales. But I was thinking I could pop on. If there's something that is most definitely in my wheelhouse, it's teaching other people how to be successful in this arena. Okay. That's something I've been doing successfully for over a decade. So I'm like, yeah, I can serve you guys in that space for sure. So I won't have all the answers to your questions necessarily, but if you have questions, I tried to do this right. So what did I do? I think I said direct sales questions with an S.com. So see if you go to directsalesquestions.com. I just thought that would be easy for y'all. And just go ahead and submit if you have questions that you would love for me to train on. I'm thinking I'll probably do it separately, live, or, so just know that. But anyway, so there you go. If you're interested in certain training, especially maybe if you are in direct selling, but you just maybe don't have like a super strong support system there, I'm happy to talk about how do you balance it with life. Oh my goodness, I had to learn that. How do you take charge of your time versus, all the things. So you can just do real talk. What do you want to know if you want to submit that? Okay. Another thing about me that you all know, I'm sure at this point, is that I am a Christian. And so it's so important that I build business aligned with my Christian values. So that's my goal. And so that's another piece, is if that's something you're like, teach me about this piece, Sonia. Another thing about doing direct sales now for, 15 years is I will not do something that feels really yucky. Like, that's just the truth. If it feels slimy or pushy or about me, I'm just probably not going to do it. And I don't think you are either. You maybe force yourself if someone tells you something, you're like, oh my goodness, that's so pushy. That doesn't feel good at all. And so I have really built my business in a way that feels good to me. It feels like I am truly serving and blessing and helping other people. So that's also where my training would come from. All right. So, okay. Give me a shout out in the chat if you have any questions or input. But if you're considering a direct selling business, I think there are some really important things that you can look at, actually. And so that could be a whole training of itself, is what do you look for in a good direct selling business? And I think it depends on your goals, honestly, because there's different perks to different companies, and finding that right one. And also, I think it's so important product wise that you find a product you can be passionate about long term, right? So anyway, good times, good fun stuff. Now, when the economy gets a little soft, I started my business in 2009. Yeah, 2009. And the economy was a bit soft back then. And I think that that's one of my passions, is to have a plan B. There were layoffs happening, lives were getting turned upside down and things like that. And so I love direct selling because you can build it at your own pace. I do think momentum is your friend in direct sales. But anyway, build it at your pace. But you can have a plan B in place. You can have a second stream of income. And here's another really cool thing about direct selling. This is so amazing. And it is this. When you see an opportunity to invest, let's say you see an opportunity to invest in a certain real estate thing or a stock or whatever it is. Y'all are different where you would put that. But oftentimes the limiting factor is your amount of cash to be able to invest in that. And so a piece of direct selling that is so wise is if you're going to build direct selling business, now, depending on the comp plan, some have a much bigger residual component. I am a huge fan of finding a good residual component. I can't even tell you how stable my income has been because of that residual. component. Not all comp plans have that. So that would be something that I would personally look at very strongly, but that's just me. So residual income, but then not just like spending it as fast as you make it, but thinking, okay, I now have added this residual income to my life. How can I make that money work for me? And I'm no financial advisor, but I know that you want to be intentional about what you do with the money you earn. Okay. So pretty cool. All right. So as we bring it to a close today, because I say I'm bumping my 20 minutes already, just a reminder about my book, but I wanted to do something kind of fun. I thought it'd be fun to draw for a winner of a signed copy. And so I just put together a, well, actually just comment book in the comments wherever you're watching. And it's not automated or anything, but I'll try to go through the comments, and where I see you just wrote book, I'll send you a link and you can sign up to get a free signed copy, because this book, speaking of money mindset, speaking of coming from a Christian place as I built my business. So this is not specific to direct selling. This is just more money mindset. So if you're an entrepreneur, whatever the case may be, I think this will be a blessing to you if you're a Christian and you are like, okay, what does walking in God's financial wisdom, in biblical financial principles, how does this actually look? And I'm here to tell you, it looks pretty awesome. All right. It's incredible. And this is like a 20-year journey for me, but God called me to write it down this past year. And so it's published, it's on Amazon, you can purchase it, but just comment book if you want to sign up, and I will draw for a free copy, and I will even sign it when I send it to you. All right. So anyway, book for that. If you have direct sales questions, then just go to directsalesquestions.com and just submit. It's really super simple. Pop that in. And then I would love to maybe take another time to just pop on live and answer those questions, maybe here on Instagram or YouTube or whatever we decide to do. All right. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for your comments. Always love those. And with that, book. Okay, awesome. Super exciting. And I'd also love to hear, for those of you who are in direct sales, what are your burning questions? What can I help you with to help you build a stronger business, more income from your business, whatever it is? Or maybe you're making nice income, but your life is completely out of balance. I can do a training on that too, because I had to learn that as well. So, all right. So directsalesquestions.com. Can someone check and just make sure that that's the right link? Because I just set it up. directsalesquestions.com. And then just write the word book if you want to be entered for a free book. And of course, you can go to Amazon and buy it if you want as well. All right, my friends, always a joy to be hanging out with you for a little bit. And always pray that this time is just helpful to you. And we've talked about some fun stuff. So if you want to go back and see the past episodes, which are not direct sale, most of them are not direct sales oriented. They're just life, health, all the things. Go to doinglifetogether.live. So doinglifetogether.live. Or if you want the podcast, if you are a podcast person, doinglifetogether.life, L-I-F-E. Okay. So you can find it both places there. All right. God bless you, my friends. And I will look forward to seeing you next Wednesday.